Hatton, CASSIUS, IFL TV, MTK Global. She's your queen. How are you, Ricky, my old son?
I'm all right, yeah. Looking forward to my Christmas dinner.
Is that all you can think about?
Yeah. Yeah,
Got a double pay-per-view weekend this weekend?
Yeah, no, I'm looking... I've had a busy December coming up to Christmas. I had Conor Walker, who had his third professional fight in Warsaw a couple of weeks back. Then he had Joe Pickford last week in Bournemouth. And obviously Tommy Fury and Nathan Gorman on the big show the weekend. So I've had a busy December, me. So we'll be looking forward to my Christmas dinner. Yeah.
We know you love your Christmas dinner, Ricky. Can you still make 10 stone?
Pardon?
Can you still make 10 stone?
My right arse cheek could probably make it, but you know the whole of me probably not quite there at the minute.
Opponent change for Nathan Gorman. Obviously Leopai is out. KUGAN, who comes in, who was meant to be fighting Daniel Dubois. Obviously Daniel Dubois was sort of a big merry-go-round, but main thing for you is that Nathan's fighting in a credible fight.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, the change of opponent is. I mean, we work on all aspects in the gym. You know, we work on. You know, I work on my lads all-round game. You know, the hand speed, the body punching, the close quarter stuff, the distance stuff, going through the gears, pacing yourself, defence. You know, so when there is a change of opponent, if you're used to working on all them things every day, it's easy for you to adapt. And I think total different opponent. You know, Leopai was a little bit short and stocky and squat, 6 foot tall. Where we've got the complete opposite on Saturday night, where he's 6'7", he's tall. Doesn't throw as many punches, so Nathan's going to have to feint to him and get him to punch and stuff like that. But I mean, he's fought in world class. He's fought Luis Ortiz. He's gone the distance last time out with Joseph Parker.
Interesting. Did you hear his comments in there about when he was in camp? He felt like he was a little bit set up for that fight.
I don't know what he was trying. Excuse me. What he was quite getting at there, you know. I'm just wondering, did he mean that he was always? I think I got the impression that he thought he was always the opponent for Joseph Parker. And when his opponent pulled out, they put him in.
You mean that without them?
They sent him to Vegas for a couple of weeks. Just to do him in. Let's have it right. The last place you want to go 2 weeks before you fight is fucking Vegas.
Yeah, if someone knows, you know.
Yeah, so you know, he said, because he probably thought to himself, they sent me to Vegas, then they give me the fight. But hey, you know, I mean, but good, you know, good form. You know, the essence for Joseph Parker. When you think my lad's only 14 fight novice, it's going to be a good test for him, and it's a test that he'll pass. I think his toughest test to date was Sean Turner. You know what I mean, big sexy, and he proved, showed a lot of people what he was about that night, and he's going to have to do the same on Saturday. Pro
debut for Mr. Thomas Fury, brother of Tyson Fury. What can we expect from Thomas?
I think the main thing is, I think he's impressed everybody in the build-up to this fight. And when I mean from a media point of view, he looks the part. You know, he talks very, very well. The main thing he's got to do now is, you know, show the most important part of it, which is the boxing side of it. And to be honest, I think he will do. He's very talented. You know what I mean? He only had like 12 amateur fights really. And a lot of people see it as being pressure on his shoulders with having two brothers such as Hughie and Tyson. But you've got to know the kid you're dealing with. He's very laid back. He's very confident in his own ability. He knows he's only had 12 amateur fights and there's no expectations on his shoulder. You know, I mean, I think people that have been in Olympic Games and World Championships and Commonwealth Games, I think they're the ones that need to be there under pressure to perform. I don't think Tommy is. I think, if anything, having Hughie and Tyson as big brothers that have been as successful as they've been is a plus for Tommy. You know, and he can take that experience in with him, you know what I mean, on the end of the phone every day, speaking to him, encouraging him. Big stage for your debut, you know, a world title show at the Manchester Arena, packed house and that. But you know, he's more than capable of it. You can see he's a confident lad, and he'll be more than capable of it. And I think people have been impressed with him thus far, with what he's said and how he looks. But I think the most important thing, they're going to be impressed with the fighting, and more so given time.
We look forward to it. Actually, the last time I interviewed you was a couple of days before the Fury-Wilder fight, and you was drunk. You held it well until the last 2 minutes. But, yeah.
Well, I've always, struggled coming down the home straight, whether it be interviews or fights, hasn't it? But,
You speak sense when you've had a drink, that's the thing. So, get this man a shot.
So what you're saying, I'm talking shit now?
No, absolutely not, Ricky.
Oh, right,
absolutely
okay,
not. Rick, I just want to obviously ask you about the comments that Freddie Roach kind of made on an interview after about Ben Davision. I believe that Ben and Freddie have now kind of cleared the air. That's what I read. I don't know if that's true or not, but there were some comments from Freddie Roach. And what did you make of them?
Well, to be honest with you, I have so much respect for Freddie. Still do. You know what I mean? But I mean, if he'd have done. If he'd have done that to me, I mean, sometimes, comments like that, you keep behind closed doors and that. One, and it doesn't matter whether you'd agree with his comments or you don't agree with him. There's some things that, you sort of like chucked Ben under a little bit of a bus there, really, and I couldn't disagree any more with him. I mean, with Freddie, he's a great coach. I think Ben, there's a few things I'd have tweaked a little bit, but ultimately, for somebody with the inexperience at that level that Ben's had, I think he did a magnificent job. I think he did a brilliant job with Tyson, and he done a brilliant job with Isaac. And to be honest with you, when you give, like Tyson and Ben give, Freddie, Freddie invited him, give him the hospitality of letting him train at the wild card, and they returned the favour by, saying, come and join us, in the corner. And I think if Freddie had done it to me, I think the next time I saw Freddie, I'd have had to have a curly finger word with him. I just think it was a little bit, and he said, oh, if they want to speak to me in the new year, I'll sit down with Tyson and my dad. I just think a little bit naughty, and, I still have the utmost of respect for Freddie, and, nobody's put the mouth in it more than me over the years, but I think, that's one that he probably, when he looks back in hindsight, yeah, maybe I shouldn't have done that, do you know what I mean? And I think Ben can hold his head up high on the job that he did with Tyson, and at the end of the day, Tyson's happy. Tyson was happy with the advice he gave him. I think the advice he gave him in the corner was spot on, and I'm just a little bit disappointed in Freddie, if the truth be known. Something, it's like Mourinho, isn't it, with the Manchester United players, calling people in public. Some things are meant to be kept behind closed doors, isn't it? You know what I mean? And you lose your respect when you go blasting it out for all and sundry to hear. And I think Freddie, with the experience he's got, should have been a little bit more, I'll keep that one in the locker, rather than come out and splurt it for everyone to know. I just think it was a little bit, I was very, very surprised at Freddie.
All right, well, hopefully the kind of, like I said, I've read that they'd kind of cleared the air with it. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. But we'll see what happens.
I hope they have. Do you know what I mean? And I hope it's something that for the next fight that Freddie and Ben can get their heads together and that, because whatever what Tyson did in the ring, I think the lion's share of it goes down to Ben Davision, absolutely without a shout. And the fact that Freddie was in the corner having his little tuppence and his two saying, and me having my little two saying. It showed that it works. Hope it will be an ongoing thing with Ben at the helm. Yeah.
Absolutely. Just a quick pick for Frampton Warrington.
You know what? I said that I've been interviewed a few times and said it the same. I think it's a real pick and fight. I think Carl is very good at judging the distance and and a very good boxing ability. You know what I mean? And he can also choose his moments when he needs to mix it. But Josh, I think he's naturally bigger at the weight. He has a very good work rate. He's very talented as well. He's in good shape. Would he be able to impose his size and his work rate? The thing is, when you've got Carl's a masterful boxer and mega talented, and the only way you can beat talent is take that talent away from him with your work rate and your educated pressure and your size, and I've been able to do that throughout my career, and maybe Josh can do it, or maybe because Carl has been boxing at this level longer than Josh, maybe he's extra class and experience at this high level, at World Championship level, that might be the difference to take it off Josh. So I really have to sit on the fence again and say, I really can't pick him, and that's genuine.
Ricky Hatton, thank you very much for your time, and have you got anything else you'd like to add?
Get the baby.
Are you going to get on the drink now?
No, man, no, not at all, no. Good to see you as always, mate.
You sure when the camera goes off, do you want a drink?
Oh,